So hi guys, today it was a beautiful winter's day. It felt pretty cold, but actually the sun was out, a little bit of wind, and obviously took the car for a spin, and took the Sony Rx10 Mark IV with me and the GoPro Hero 7 Black, as you can see here on the side of my car. This road here is over Beachy Head, probably one of the best roads in Sussex, if not the southeast. Really smooth, especially when it was resurfaced about a year or two ago now. And it's absolutely lovely to drive on. The scenery is amazing, just big rolling hills and obviously huge cliffs, and the seaside and the beach and everything. There's a couple of lighthouses up there, one at the bottom of the cliff and one at the top, and just amazing area. I love it. It's so peaceful, big open spaces, and then you've got a place called Berlin Gap, which is basically at the bottom of the sort of the road before it goes back inland, and you've got some steps here that have actually just been redone because the cliff fell down, and it sort of got too dangerous. The steps were sort of becoming further and further away from the cliff as such, so you ended up, obviously they needed replacing and bringing back inland slightly. So here's a hyperlapse on the Hero 7 Black series camera. As you see there, the two Apaches appeared. So Rx10 Mark IV doing its magic, so shooting wide angle, and then oh wow, boom, 600mm f4. This shot here, actually it kind of misfocused. It focused on the cliff because I was using wide angle and wide AF at the time, and obviously zoomed in, it was still on wide AF, so it basically pinpointed on the closest object. Once the Apache became apparent, it then started focusing properly, and we got some really good shots. So really quite pleased. This shot here is actually not quite in, which is a bit annoying. That one is, there you go. So it missed a couple of times, but you're just about to see shortly what 24 frames per second looks like out of the Rx10 Mark IV. These shots, everything's raw, so I haven't actually processed anything. I've just uploaded them straight into Sony Vegas, and apart from this one actually, so that I completely lie. This one here has been edited. Just the background, everything in the clouds tweaked, just so to see what it looks like. The rest of them from now on are straight out of the camera. So he came that close. He actually saw me, so he banked out, came out away from the cliff and let me have a couple of shots, and then banked back in. They were so low they could easily see what people were doing. Really cool to see though. As you see, the waves were coming in, were quite big, and got some really cool slow motion here. So 500 frames per second. And as you can see there, in full manual, so I'm shooting at f5.6 roughly, and different ranges from 24 to the 600mm. These are just shots, like I say, straight out of the camera, no editing, no nothing, as raw as they are. You know, I've not tweaked them at all. Stumbled across a photo shoot. I didn't go and see them, but I just snapped a picture like this, obviously doing some kind of fashion style shoot. So if you know who you are, send me a message. That was down at Eastbourne, and it was Berlin Gap on the beach. So this is 24 frames a second, but backwards. So I just thought to show you that actually it's frames rather than photos. So this is actually happening backwards. Obviously I've just sent it backwards, but you can kind of see how many frames that's actually doing. As you can see, also it missed a few times on the autofocus, but actually what it's doing is locking onto the seagull that decided to photobomb the shot. And then as you can see there, right at the beginning where the cliff was, it was obviously struggling to focus on the helicopter, just aiming for the cliffs because they're obviously the most dominant and closest subject. Here's a few high speed shots. These were shot at 1/10,000th of a second, and this for the previous one, this one was actually at 1/20,000th of a second, just to freeze the little bits of water there, but obviously to add some shadowing into the water there. Wide angle shot of Eastbourne Pier there, and that's where I was, up on the hills there on the downs. I was just over the other side. It's a stunning area, beautiful countryside, and the towns and everything are quite sort of seasidey, as you know. Really cool area. I love going over, especially up on the downs. Just a lovely place for sunsets, sunrises, you know, winter, summer, whatever. It's awesome. So another shot here, 1/10,000th of a second. Straight out of the camera, no sharpening, no nothing, as is, straight out of the camera. So ISO 100 to 320 I was using, as you can see here, 500 frames per second, f5.6, ISO 100. You can see the water droplets and everything as they splash down. Another one here, just wide angle, and as you can see the seagull comes into shot flying sideways. That's what the wind was like. So obviously the seagulls are struggling. This was quite cool. The foam was coming up. It actually smashed me in the face quite a few times. That was kind of cool to see. Obviously I'm pre-focused with the slow motion, so I'm pre-focused in the distance where the water was coming in. And that was actually at f4, so I opened the aperture back up. And yeah, so it worked quite cool. Yeah, so really nice day out. And I was only out for a couple of hours. And just had a little drive around, so you can see here, back in the car heading home. So yeah, fabulous fabulous morning, lovely little fluffy white clouds, nice bit of sunshine. Obviously this time of year the sun's gone by 3 o'clock. Unfortunately I didn't have time to hang around for the sunset because I think it would have been quite a good one, but I did actually get one the day before at Canberra Sands, which another video will be coming up shortly, which you'll see hopefully. Yeah, so just cruised back down, and unfortunately all the learner drivers are out learning how to drive. Obviously it's quiet roads, an ideal place for them to go and have a look around, so I got stuck behind this one. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions about the Rx10 Mark IV or even the Hero 7 Black GoPro, the only niggly bit I've found about that so far is it seems to have a little bug. If you go from say 4K 60 frames per second or 4K 30 frames per second to 240 frames per second, sort of the high speed slow motion, you want to come back out, so you've done your shot and you want to come back out into go back to 4K for example, it seems to freeze up. It's done it a couple of times with me, and hopefully there'll be a firmware update or something that deals with that. But other than that, the camera's brilliant. The battery lasts a lot longer than I thought it was. I filmed everything. I had 32% left on the battery, and I did about 25-30 minutes of filming off the side of the car. Obviously I've cut most of it out, but I just had it on the car through town and up on the downs and everything. So but yeah, no, it's really cool. As you can see, the sort of my car going around the corners and stuff, you can see the rotation, slight rotation of the mount, which I need to get a 3-point mount to stop it moving around, because I can obviously go around corners quite quickly. But yeah, that's it guys. So anyway, any questions please ask, please subscribe, please click the notification bell, and I'll speak to you soon.